Okay, welcome to LAPL Zine Club. Thank you for joining us online to once a month now at 4 p.m. And today we have Zine librarian Danielle from the West LA Regional Branch of the LAPL Los Angeles Public Library System. And I saw an image Danielle shared of the Zine Cart, and I really wanted to hear all about it and how it's going and what it is. And so take it away, Danielle.
Hi. Nice to meet all of you. Has everyone seen a picture of what the cart looks like? Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. And also I'm sorry if it's a little bit noisy. I'm in my workroom.
I don't hear
And you
anything.
can,
It's okay.
oh, okay, great. So yeah, the origin of the cart is that, and I'm gonna pull up a document to share. I had this pulled up on a laptop that I was on, and then it was taking a while to download Zoom, so I hopped into this computer. So sorry for the delay. Um, but yeah, so we have as of right now, let's see, 552 zines in the collection. Um, and yeah, John, I believe we have some of yours. And that's a lot of zines, and it's really exciting. But as you could probably guess, it was really hard for people to find what they were looking for, and also for like our staff when because our zines actually check out a decent amount. And so it was really hard for people to find them, and it felt like I was kind of the only one who could find them, or one of our messenger clerks, Ellie, who really works on the collection with me, because we both are around it so much. And I was like, this is not a great system that I'm the only one who can easily find things. Um, and the way we had previously been organizing them was by title, from A to Z. And then the other thing that we had done a little bit of is I had like separated to have like an activism section, and then also separated out for things that were like in collections to be in collections, and also by size. That still wasn't like that that much more helpful. And then the other piece was that the zines were kind of like at the back corner of the branch in the teen section. Um, so it just wasn't the most accessible space. Like you wouldn't, it wasn't easy to see it. And so yeah, so I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to separate out all of the kids zines and just like put them in the kids section. So I worked with our children's librarian to do that. And that's been really great. I see like families looking at them, and I have like a little zine making kit that they can borrow at the library. So some people have like made a little zine with their kid and then like put them in that. And I'm currently, I'll lift it up, but like experimenting with like trying to do like a oh, it's not showing you anything, but like a kit that you can actually check out. Because what I've noticed is that it's mostly kids and their caregivers who will want to make a zine at the library with the kit, but I've had some other like zinesters who are older who will come in, and they weren't interested. They wanted to take it home and to have more time. And I think that's also really valuable. So that's an add-on aside from the card. But anyhow, I was trying to think about where um like making the collection more accessible in a variety of ways, both in terms of its organization and then also its actual visibility in the library space. And I was like on this our library ordering site Demco and just kind of browsing around at different shelves. And then I saw this cart that's intended to be used as like a maker space, I think, toolkit. Like all of the drawers are supposed to be like for different supplies. But I was like, oh, this actually could be really cool and a really useful way of organizing zines. I really like I feel like it preserves that like tactile experience of like really interacting with the zine by like having drawers to open and like things to sort through. So I got for like other LAPL librarians watching this, the card is I think like between 900 and $1,000. Um we don't have a friends group at my branch, so that's not something that I was able to like ask for them to cover. But at that stage in pricing, if your senior librarian is okay with it, then it like needs to be approved by the regional manager. And our regional manager was really supportive of it and approved the cart. So that's just some like how much it cost. And yeah, and then kind of from there, we started thinking about like how are we going to organize this? And I went to like the Zine Unconference website and was looking at like how different library systems and how different academic universities categorize their zines and wanted to move from title, thank you, Ziba, from title organizing to category organizing, because I feel like that's a more user-friendly way for people to find what they're looking for. Obviously, we all know that like categorizing things is subjective and an imperfect process, but I think it's a better process than what we were previously doing. Um, and I'll share, let me see. This should be accessible um to everyone because I can, and also can everyone see, or am I, Ziba, can I share my screen? Okay, people are really gonna see how many tabs I have open on a regular basis, but it's okay. Um, yeah, so this is this like spreadsheet that we have. And so basically, what we've done is we have every zine gets a number. Like anytime a zine is added to the collection, it gets a number. Um, if like we mess up, we just go to the next number. Like we are aware that like at some point three might disappear or eight might disappear, but we're just like trying to us like keep track of how many we've had and assign them numbers. The title, the author, the date is the date that it was, this is definitely wrong, I'll have to fix that, but the date that it was entered into the collection. And then I need to update some of these too, but this is like the bin on the cart that the zine, you can find the zine in. We have primary and secondary categories. All of the categories are the same for each, but like the idea is that primary determines like what bin it's going into, but secondary is for like this. So I like put in a little plastic sheets. All this is all printed out, and I'll show you what like the user version of that looks like. But essentially, it's so that there's like full transparency and you can see how we've categorized things. You can see everything we have in the collection, and like this is what it looks like when you're looking at it. So you're browsing it by category, and you can see like, oh, like this is, the main bin that, Collective Voices was placed in, but it also like secondary categories include like history and personal essays and so forth. So that this is what it looks like, yeah, if you're just, like, scrolling through it on the cart, and I haven't gotten feedback yet, but, like, hopefully this also gives someone an opportunity where if they're like, "I actually really disagree with, like, how this was categorized," or, like, "I think that you need to consider having, like, this category or combining things in that way," that there's the opportunity for that feedback, and then, yeah, tracking size, and this will be a longer process, and obviously, it's like, um, I think tracking zine circulation is, like, valuable, and also, as we know, like, people don't necessarily check them out, but, like, certainly really interact with them, um, and, um, this so I wanna, like, every 6 months take a look and see how they're circulating, um, because that's not something we've really tracked before, and then I'm curious if y'all have ideas for, like, other ways to track how the cart is working, but, like, I don't know, one zany idea I have is I'll notice that, like, obviously, this is an imperfect way of measuring something, but, like, the drawers won't be, like, fully closed, and that, like, tells me that someone was looking at it, or, like, things will be shuffled around in there, and so, I was like, maybe I'll kind of track to see, like, what drawers do I find myself, like, closing a little bit more to see kind of where people are fishing around. Something that was cool the other day, I, like, came in and I just saw that someone had, put filled in, I guess, like, people had checked certain zines out and filled those in, and then also, like, on the top of the cart, like, put little tiny zines just, like, laid out, um, which was cool, like, I was like, "Wow, someone just added on to the display," which I think is fun, and I'm gonna stop sharing, but you all have the link and take a look at it and tell me if you have any feedback. And yeah, and the cart is now, I'm like trying to think of how to explain the layout of our branch, but basically all you need to know is that now when you walk into the library, you can see the cart. Like it's like in the teen section, but it's kind of in this gray area where our copy machine is. So it's like on the the border of it, and I like that because I think it, like, preserves the teen space, but, like, allows for, like, anyone who wants to browse the collection to browse the collection, and I like that a lot because I think that, like, I believe in, like, people's power to self-censor themselves and choose what they wanna look at and read. I don't, like, love the distinguishment of, like, what's teen, what's adult. I think, like, sometimes it's clear and sometimes it's, like, murkier, and so I like that the kids are separated and then that it's set up, especially, like, by category, that you can kind of really search for what you are looking for, and even just by, like, flipping through the titles, I think people can kind of get an idea of, like, "Oh, I wanna look at this," or maybe not right now. So that that's my little spiel on the cart. I have seen a lot more people engaging with the collection and, like, learning that we even have a collection, which is really cool. I'm excited that, yeah, that there's just, like, more space for the growing collection, and, I mean, it would be like, my dream would be to eventually, like, get another cart and, like, be able to justify that with, like, the production of zines, yeah, especially and also just, like, thinking about the kids section too, because I love making zines with little kids. They're so creative and cute. One of my favorite zines in our collection, Um, well, I was like doing outreach at an elementary school, like celebration day, and there's this scene about a girl who, oh, not a girl, a duck. I'm sorry, a duck who goes to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee, and that is the entire zine, and it's perfect and cute in every possible way. But yeah, I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna stop talking and see if anyone has questions. I'm also like still learning. This is very new and we're just seeing what works. But so far it feels way better than what we had before.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. I didn't know what it was at first when I heard zine cart. I thought it was like make a zine, like a maker space, make a zine cart. But to know that that's how you shelve them and organize them is even better. Like that's so cool that you had it more visible for people and that you have that spreadsheet to track circs and that kids are pulled out. So did you have a partnership with your children's librarian?
Yeah, Ian helped me like make a space. Ian's our children's librarian who's wonderful and helped me make a space where it's where the new books are actually. So it's nice. I feel like there are kind of eyes there anyway. And that's a much smaller collection. And it kind of all fits in like one of those like plastic magazine-y display units. But yeah, I feel like um we if it continues just to grow, there's a lot of opportunity there too. But I do, Ziva, I love your idea of a zine maker space card. That's really cool.
Yeah, because I know other branches, not mine, but I think they have like a magazine kit, like in this kind of box, like a even like a programs box, like magazine, and has everything to make your own zine, and that it's there for people to use.
Yeah, I'm experimenting. Like we have the one that like people could just borrow that's on the shelf now for at the library, but I'm experimenting with one that people could maybe check out to see how that does. And yeah, well, that's like the next experiment.
That's so fun. That's inspiring. I hope you can make it to there's a Zine Librarians Conference November 8th and 9th and tell everyone spread the word of the Zine Cart. I think more libraries would look into that if they saw your example. And I know we have someone from Calabasas Library. So if you ever want to start a zine library there, you have also Danielle's example. And I think Andrea wants to start a zine collection at their branch as well within LAPL. So lots of examples to share. And I love that your staff is on board and your area manager is on board with expensive purchases to support the zine collection, and that you have staff at your library that are on board to help um, process and do they catalog or do you have volunteers or how does the cataloging work?
The cataloging is split between me and I have one of our messenger clerks is currently in library school, Ellie Coleman, and she's really excited about zines and does mostly designed this spreadsheet with me, but we have like other clerks who are really interested. I have a pretty active teen council and we were able to like do an internship for teens this summer. And so one of my teen council members like got a paid internship with us and then helped me a lot with cataloging and was really interested in the zines too. So yeah, I would say it's like split between staff and teen volunteers, which is really cool. Um, yeah, and I'm yeah, always interested in like how people are organizing their collections because there's kind of that like obviously we want it to be as user friendly as possible, and we want to make it really easy for like librarians and clerks to find things when they need to, which is the other thing. This has been like maybe more of the grunt work is going into like our, I guess, like our catalog, Carl. And what we've done is every single one of these, there will be the title, and then after that, we'll do like we'll put the number of the zine and then also the category. That way, when clerks or librarians are looking for zines that people have put a hold on, they like just have to be like, okay, like I'm looking for this number and it's in this box. And that is a lot nicer than being like, where is this scene? And out of like, I don't know, these hundred. Um, so I think that's been like, seems like it's been helpful for them too.
And I love that you went to schools and do zine outreach at schools. I saw you were at the museum. How did that happen? The connection with the when is it called Wenday or Venday?
I think Vende, yeah, so they um I think they reached out because we were the closest library to them with a zine collection. So they reached out to me. And then yeah, I try to like when I reach out to schools, kind of give them like a menu of options of things that I can do with them. And so like one of those would be like making a zine, and I'll try also like I've done zine making for different levels, and I'll try to adjust it to, like the age group. So I did something with like sixth graders last year, and so I was like I made them all go around and tell me a topic that they could talk about for 10 minutes straight without wanting to look at their phone. And then I was like, that's what you're gonna make your zine about. And it was like really cool. Like they did some really cool things, and I just had them make a page, and then I put all of the pages together, and that was the zine. Because I feel like for that age group, like the concept of like doing a whole thing in like a very short amount of time is, yeah. So that's how we did that. But I did with Venice Arts last year. They were doing a project on the history of internment in LA, and my branch is located in Sawtell, which is one of our historic Japanese neighborhoods in the city. And so we like I kind of offered to them doing because they were going to end up making a zine at the end, like a more structured, formal thing with their photography. So I suggested we kind of do a two-parter. So I did like kind of an archival workshop with them where I like pulled up certain documents and images on our databases and showed them how they could like get to that image or that document. And then we did like our part two was just like a zine workshop where they could like just kind of like start the process of making a zine from what they had been learning. So yeah, I like to do that a lot. I think like I like to do a combo of topic-based things. Like Ziba and I did a skating um zine workshop last year because we're near some like historic skate parks in this neighborhood. Um yeah, there was another, wasn't there another did you do that workshop, Ziba, on oh my gosh, the housing project? Do you know what
Oh
I'm talking
yeah,
about?
in downtown LA we had the Octavia Lab have some high schoolers, like I think seven, and they did a summer camp project with the USC, had a grant for to go through the archives and historical photos for the in downtown LA, the Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill. So they were really introduced to zines. I brought some examples from the zine collection, and then they did the research and made some zines, and those zines are now in the catalog, and you could check them out at any location. There's a PDF, so anyone can print them and add it to the collection.
Yeah, I thought that was great. One of my like little dreams now that we have more zine space, um, is we now have um a reentry librarian for like the first time. And I'm really passionate about that work, and I would love to do like reentry oriented zines, or like zine making workshops with folks who are formerly incarcerated. And yeah, I think that that would be great to I feel like that maybe is a little bit of an untapped space in like our collection at large. Um, but yeah, I think like my favorite part of the whole thing is just the workshops and getting to like see people make things. Um, and then also going to different zine fairs and getting to meet other creators and um yeah. And yeah, so much of that is because of like a lot of the work Ziba's put in. So thank you to Ziba for doing that.
Oh no, thank you for continuing the work and expanding and improving. And I love the zine cart. I'm so excited we have a zine cart in the Western region. And I want to invite everyone also while I have the mic, everyone go to Zine Librarians Unconference online. You can register for free. The registration is open, and that's for November 8th and 9th. So you still have time, and then you can hear how other libraries in other states and even other nations, because it's online, it's going to be international. Everyone's going to talk about how they do their zine collecting, organizing, programming, and we can learn new ideas from all over. November 8th and 9th. So I'll put it in the chat. It's going to be on Zoom, so it's going to be online. It's the
Does
scene
it
one.
rotate Ziba like virtually and non-virtually? Because I saw last year what it wasn't, it was in person.
Yes, last year I attended along with two other zine librarians from LAPL, Lorena and Angie. The three of us were able to go to New York. It was at NYU, and it was in-person Zine Librarians Unconference 2024. And then also back in 2018, the three of us, I think it was the three of us, or maybe just two of us, Angie and I went to the Minneapolis, Minnesota Zine Librarians Unconference, and that helped start the zine collection because what we learned there, we brought back to admin and cataloging, and we said, this is how we need it. We need to have a website and the catalog, and so they all listened, and now we have our web page and everything. So it's great if all of us 13 zine locations at LEPL can continue going to the Zine Librarians Unconference, and it will be in person. They're aiming or hoping that next year it'll be in person 2026. There's a call for who wants to host it. And I remember at one point Susan Broman had mentioned that we should apply and host it in LA. That would be a lot of work, but I'm open to
That would be so fun.
applying. I know I hosted it in 2017 at Long Beach. When I was at Long Beach Public Library, we had the Zine Librarians Unconference in Long Beach. And yeah, that was a lot of work too, but it'd be nice to have it back in LA area.
That would be awesome. Um, I have to log off in a couple minutes just because I got pulled into another meeting. Um, are there any other questions I can answer? Yeah.
Any questions,
I
anyone?
just had a comment. I think this is absolutely amazing. I think the spreadsheet you showed and the system you explained and how people can make scenes in your library and you're working on a kit that they can check out. I think just it's amazing. Yeah, so I think bravo, amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yes, well, maybe Wilmington will have questions when they're ready to start a collection, hopefully in the future.
Yeah, I'm happy to help and answer any questions. And I also I try whenever I get um whenever I get stuff, I try to let people know that we have multiple locations if they want the zines in more than one spot, and we'll make a stack so that when someone has like a new collection, I can send some stuff there too.
Well, thank you for presenting for and spreading the word of the Zine Cart. I love the Zine Cart, and hopefully I can see it in person soon, and everyone can visit West LA Regional in Sawtell neighborhood off Santa Monica, off the 405 exit, and check out. They're open every day, even Sundays, because it's a regional. So check out the Zine Cart.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Eva.
Danielle.
Thanks everyone for having me. And yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions and excited to hear how other people are thinking of organizing their collections. And yeah, if you have any feedback on anything I shared, please let me know because this is just like our best guess at what will be more helpful. Um, so yeah, thanks for having me and hope to see everyone soon.
Thank you. I'll stop the recording.